Hello, everybody. This is Sue Holland with Real Estate and Real Talk. I'm here today with Teresa Carty and Hannah Ellis. How are you, ladies?
Hey, we're good.
How
are you?
I'm good. I'm
Great.
good.
Good. It's a Monday.
I know. Pre-recording for Tuesday's version to be dropped, I guess, on YouTube and Facebook. Did y'all have a good weekend?
Yeah. I did.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
So we heard what Teresa went to Huntsville and cleaned house and just Mom of the Week award right here. She gets the award.
She did.
And I had fun too. I had fun. I had a great time.
You did good.
It was beautiful weather and
yeah, it was.
Wow.
Gorgeous. I spent a lot outside on Saturday because it was just so beautiful.
Yeah, what did you do? Working in your yard or what?
No, I actually went to that art festival in Huntsville.
If you'd told me, I would have cleaned up and come down there.
I know I should have. Well, in the beginning, I did some ministry work in the morning.
Oh, okay.
So then we were right there.
Yes.
So I ended up. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna walk around and see what was in there, and it was so nice. I love Huntsville.
Yes, I do too.
It was so clean and it was really nice, that part.
Yeah, I'm not that familiar with Huntsville like I am Birmingham, but see, that's where you get your, you can do some good listings. Teresa, you know it very well, so you would be good doing listings in Huntsville. Yeah. But I went to an antique car show.
Oh, I saw that.
Thumbs up to McClellan Assisted Living Facility in Anniston. They put on just a fantastic benefit, everything for their clients, and they had free homemade ice cream. Oh my God.
Man.
So good. Real barbecues. I mean, not barbecues, hot dogs, like pure beef, because I asked, because I ain't eating anything, you know. And real beef hamburgers. It was great. Music. I put a little thing, I'll try to download it.
So cute.
It was fun. Richard's car didn't win. He had a 67 Ford Mustang. So,
it was really sharp looking, though. I thought he might win.
I know. I said, how? They had so many categories. I was like, they should have thrown him in something. But anyway, but we got a lot to talk about, so I guess we better move on.
Yes, we do.
But let's go ahead and let's do our highlight on our listing this week, because we've got some homes to sell, folks.
Yes, we do. I have the one on Sutton Bridge Road, which is the commercial property, but it can be grandfathered in that home, but you have until May 25th. It goes off the market May 25th. If it doesn't sell, then I don't think they're going to renew, but that's okay. So we have till May 25th, and that's Sutton Bridge Road, and it is a commercial property. It is actually right there by a lot of businesses, so I think it's a really good location. 1126 Sutton Bridge Road in Rainbow City. So, last chance.
Right. Teresa, is there one you want to share with us?
I do, because of the weather coming up. I have a property at 460 County Road 169 in Crossville. And y'all, it's in the middle of a fruit farm. Now, on this property, it's 20 acres, and it has 700 peach trees that are already blooming and getting ready to come into season. And it has also like 8 mature blueberry bushes and about 6 to 8 apple trees.
Wow.
And it's flat property, and not all of it is takes up to 20 acres. So if you wanted to have farm animals, it's non-restricted. So you could have that, and you're just in the middle of farm country. And the farmer across the street also grows stuff that you can buy. He takes to Huntsville. So you're right in the middle of food. If you run out of food, you just go outside.
So you gonna bring us some peaches?
I am. I've already talked with the seller, and he said I could. And the strawberries there's strawberries across the street, which are not on the property, but I'm going up there tomorrow and get a bushel load of that. So if y'all want any,
yes. What time do we leave? What time do we leave? Seriously,
yeah.
Man, I love strawberries.
Oh yes, and it's not that far away, so I'm excited about that. But it's the home is a farm home. It's been updated. It's 1,150 square feet. And the whole property with the trees and the acres and the home is listed at $349. So,
and that's is that the crop that's coming in as well?
Not this year's.
Not this. Okay.
That they have already asked to have that since he planted them.
Sure.
And everything. But it's a 3 bedroom, 1.5 bath. And like I say, it's got the vinyl floor, the LVP floors, and updated.
Nice.
So yeah, and the kitchen's really pretty. It's got all new appliance. Well, it's got appliances on that one. Yeah, no washer and dryer, but
That
appliances.
is fantastic.
New stainless appliances, but not washer and dryer.
And I'm sorry, what was that price again?
It's $349.
Not bad.
No,
Oh
it
my
isn't. And
gosh.
I'm telling you, the 20 acres is flat land. It's not. You go out and see some of these properties, and it's ditches and ravines and all these other things. But this is really good flat land that you could use.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, congratulations. Yeah,
Yes.
that's
I'm
some
excited
good.
about
I know
that
that
one.
was well. Yeah, they both sell. They will. The
Mhm.
market it's interesting right now. Normally this time of the year we kind of touched base on this last week. I'm hoping it'll pick up some more. It's not dead. It's not. I've
Mm-mm.
seen it slower.
Mhm.
So we're still having to what I call hustle. But we do have some good homes on the market. Speaking of which, I have 506 Riverview. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's on a corner lot. It's an open floor plan, but it's unique because I think I've said this before. When you walk in this house, you don't just walk in and go, "Oh, here's the whole place."
Yes.
There's an area for a bonus area that you could put French doors or solid doors, whichever one you wanted, and make it another 4th bedroom, an
Right,
office, whatever. So, and I say it is on a corner lot, full brick home, double carport, nice high. You can get a big truck in there, so that's good because a lot of times if the trucks are too big, too tall, they won't fit. So we've got that at $269, and our
Great
numbers are
price.
up there. So as we've talked here, so call us, and we would love to show you the homes and get you in the house. It's time become a homeowner.
Yes.
And speaking of which, Teresa and Hannah have some very, very look, folks. Y'all, this is free information. You can Google it all day long, but if you want to sit here and listen to it, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to call any of us, either one of us. But they have some information about insurance that can affect your payment if it's escrowed. So, Hannah, you want to kick it off there?
Sure. There was one that I was just educated on myself. Buying a newer home can help the rate of your homeowner's insurance. So, I mean, of course, that makes sense. Older homes are going to have more problems. But if you do buy a newer home, that can help with it. Of course, your credit score, that goes pretty much with anything with your payments.
I know everything today's everything.
Yeah.
Whatever you get, your credit score, they're going to pull it.
I know.
And that affects,
even insurance, you don't think about it being that way.
That's so true, because I was thinking they definitely do the credit to get your interest rate for your mortgage, but
you know why they do it for insurance?
why is that?
Because people that have low credit scores typically do not pay their bills, so they're going to have their insurance. It's going to be a problem on their insurance. They typically don't take care of their homes. It's just it's the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I wondered about that.
Yep, that's why.
Yeah, that is interesting. And then two, also, one is the pets that you have in your home. So, there are certain dogs that insurance will not allow you to have, or if you have them, it goes up. And I actually knew about this.
Wow.
Yes. So the type of pet that you get, like a pit bull, like that's an example.
Yes.
I mean, your risk of that dog biting somebody else.
True.
Yeah, so just little things to think about. But yeah, and two, just shopping around. We say that with everything. Like, don't just get one opinion. Get several opinions. See what the best options are. So we're definitely here to help steer you in the right direction if you need any help.
Yes, and I had some things that I wanted to point out too as far as helping your payments is if you could raise your deductibles. Now, you want to be careful about that. But if you've got $1,000 deductible and your windows, something happens and it's $5,000, they're going to pay $4,000. And that might help you in the short term. Later on you could lower it again if you got a better job or something happened like that. But just for now, you could do that. And also, you can do smart technology in your home and repairs. If you do remodeling, turn it in and tell them, because like you said, the newer it is, the less your payments are going to be.
Yeah.
So be sure if you do a major renovation to let them know, because you may come out, to the better. Also, smart technology, if you've got front door monitors, burglar alarms, fire alarms, and all those things, they consider that as a plus as far as, it, it'll go, let's say you're at work and your smoke alarm, fire alarm goes off. So you're going to call sooner. So that's going to help. So also carbon monoxide, smoke detectors, things like that. So a lot of different things and you can bundle your insurance too. Sometimes that helps.
Yes, with your car.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do that with my guy. We just kind of bundle everything and it keeps going down.
Yeah.
Down. So.
Yeah. And if you're near a fire hydrant, that's important.
Oh, yeah.
If your home is near, and I don't, it just they like that a lot. Yeah. So if you buy a house and it's near a fire hydrant or even near a fire hall,
yes,
that's something that's
you're right across the street.
You're right.
Oh man, that's a volunteer one.
Don't tell anybody that though.
Don't tell anybody.
They meant well. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
They meant well. But
but you were saying earlier that sometimes people contact you about their payments going up, and they say, "Oh, I have a fixed rate. My payment's going up," but your insurance and taxes will fluctuate during the life of your loan. I know.
Yeah, so it's like what you just said. Keep a check on those things.
Yes.
And Teresa, you were mentioning taxes. And please share that with everybody. Because, yes, this is another thing that can affect your house payment. And it's not just your house payment. It's your pocketbook. It's period.
It's the whole city.
Even if you're not escrowed.
Yeah. Because the legislation now is considering going up on our property taxes. So there is a bill sponsored that would cap it. Is that what you're saying? I'm going to have more information next week.
Yes, that we want it capped. They're saying
we want it capped.
If I understood it correctly. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Yeah. They're going to cap it instead of.
They should, because otherwise it's going to keep rising.
I mean, because Alabama has one of the lowest rates in the country.
Yeah.
And that will affect everybody as far as, your payments. And
yeah, that's why people move here.
And yes, and businesses and so forth. So
that's why I'm here.
That's why.
So I don't cap it. I'm going to Mexico.
I was born here, so I didn't. It's kind of.
I'm kidding.
We got to encourage people to be here, Sue. We want people to come.
But no, that's some good information. Thank you, ladies, because we do. I mean, we care about our customers, not just selling you a home, but after the fact. So if you're out there, and certainly if we've sold you a house, or if you're looking to buy a house, if you have questions, and this is some more information I want to share with you about a loan, about terms. These are some terms that you're going to hear that, get familiar with when you speak to a mortgage lender or a real estate agent. Addendum to contract, that's an attachment to a purchase agreement. And both parties have to sign that, always. It's just like a contract. If both parties have not signed, it's not going to be valid. And that can happen sometimes when you have a purchase agreement, which is the same thing as a contract, but we say purchase agreement because we don't actually write contracts. We write purchase agreements. And so it's amending, or adding something, not an amendment, it's an addendum to something that's not in the original purchase agreement. Adjustable rate mortgage, that's a type of loan. I used to be in customer service like 10,000 years ago. They're not a bad loan, especially if you move around a lot. You relocate. They're good loans to have. But that's where your adjustable rate is capped, and it's tied to an index, and it can go up or down. So you kind of have to know how to look at your margins and make sure that you can afford that. But it's not fixed, totally different. Appraisal, y'all feel free to jump in if you want to talk about, if y'all want to tell them what an appraisal is.
Yeah, it's just to know how much your house is worth. And that's the thing that us as real estate agents, and I've had this question, why did this appraise for that? Why are they putting it on the market for this much? This is too high. We're not appraisers. We just look at comps. We compare to what has sold in the last 6 months.
Right.
So normally, if you get a mortgage, you have to have an appraisal. They have to make sure that, your mortgage company, they don't want to pay more if it's not worth more, they're not going to pay that. So
Right.
that's yeah.
Yeah, it has to be worth market value.
Yeah.
Has to be. And so, speaking of mortgage company, you're going to have closing costs,
Mm-hmm.
and they're typically anywhere. I when I do an estimate, I do it 4.5%, which would normally include. And knock on something here, everything's going up. But it would cover the prepaids, which is taxes and insurance. I just calculate mine at 4.5%, but anywhere between 3 and 6%. I think FHA won't let you go over 6 anyway. So and then we have selling as is. Boy, anybody want to jump on that one? That's a good one.
Seeing it more and more. Are you?
I am. And if I'm, the way some people don't understand, if you list it as is, it's going to be a lower price listing because you're letting everyone know this is it. I'm not fixing anything. We're not negotiating as far as that goes. So you got to be careful. If you are going to fix a few minor things, then you don't want to list it as is. That's what I tell people, because as is means that's it.
Yeah,
as is.
But I would still 100% get a inspection. That's why I
Oh,
tell
sure.
all the buyers,
Oh,
even if it is as
absolutely.
is, you still need to get that inspected, whether they'll fix it or not. You need to know what's going on there.
Yes, and it doesn't change the as is, and you're not locked in. You can still make it contingent.
Mhm.
So it's a good thing, just like Hannah was saying. And I've had once in a blue moon, I get actually one of mine right now. They're doing. We've got it, but he would still throw in the one on Fitz Ferry. He would throw in the seller would put up some closing cost and or repair escrow.
Oh, yeah.
So that would be good. But I've seen it where I had one. The seller lived in Texas, and it was an estate. The house was great. The reason she had to go as is was because there's no way she could handle any kind of repairs.
Sure.
But that far away, it wasn't going to happen. So, unfortunately, the appraisal came back fine, and we figured it would. But so sometimes it does. Typically, it's like Teresa said, it's just going to be an issue where the house is going to probably need some repairs, whether it be cosmetics or whatever. But once in a while, we do get those where it's a fantastic home. So don't rule it out just because it's that is. And
because it could be something that you can fix yourself. I mean, if you get the inspection, it comes back, it's like you said, cosmetic or just changing out some whatever. You're a handyman. It's no big deal.
And then a closing settlement statement, and this is you usually have someone refer to it as a CD, which is closing disclosure. If you are going a government loan, you have to have this from your lender 3 days before closing. The buyer has to look at it, the seller, but especially the buyer. That rule changed, probably, I'm going to guess 8-9 years ago. I can't remember, y'all. I'm so sorry. Don't even quote me on that. If you're out there, don't quote me. But anyway, mortgage lender sitting out there is going to go, that's wrong. So anyway, but it did change. It's changed in my lifetime doing real estate. But because it used to be you show up for closing and everybody's like, huh, what? Well, that can't happen anymore. So everybody needs to know what's expected. Comparative market analysis, we do comps, just like what Hannah was talking about. Same thing. We want to get you the most we can for your property. And when when I have a buyer and they want to know what to offer, I can pull those comps and say, well, here's your range.
Right.
I can do the same thing that listing agent did, unless we have that seller that thinks their home is worth more than what the market calls for. And it may be, in your opinion, but the lender and the appraiser works for the lender. He doesn't work for us or any realtor for that matter. So, contract contingency. There's another term that you may hear if you're going to be looking to buy a home. You can put your home subject to your house selling. Always, Hannah, you brought up home inspection.
Yeah. So what that means is you want to get a home inspection, and then once you get that report back, you kind of renegotiate. So if you're okay with everything, you can move forward. If there's things you want fixed, you talk to the seller and you say, hey, are you willing to fix this, or are you willing to come down on the price? And also, if you're not happy, you can walk away. But yeah, you can also just accept it for how it is and go forward. But it is good to have that contingency.
Yeah, absolutely. Put that in there. And everything is negotiable except the location of the property. That we cannot do for you. We're good at negotiating, but sorry, that one's stuck. You're stuck like Chuck on that one. Wherever it is, that's where it stays. And I'm sure the other, if we're co-broking, they're going to tell you the same thing.
But we also have the contingency on the WIR, which is wood
infestation. Oh yeah, there's lots of contingencies. Yeah. Absolutely, yes. Yeah, that's the termite. Yes, and you definitely. This is me. So if you're out there and you're a buyer, each to their own. If I was sitting there and I've got so much money to play with, I'm going with the termite inspection all day long.
Gosh, yes.
Before I would a home inspection, because a good termite. First of all, termites, they can eat your home away, or it could already be so damaged that the cost of fixing it could just be so high. You just don't know the damage they could do to a home. But that's me. If I had just so much money to fool with on inspections, I'm going to go, because also the good termite guy, he's got to get up underneath that anyway. And also you can look up underneath the home. You can see if there's jacks. You can walk on the flooring. There's sometimes you can, I'm not suggesting that you're a home inspector, or certainly we're not, but that's just me. If I had, because I can't do termites. That's something that.
And the inspection is a reasonable price.
Oh, sure.
The price of a wood infestation report is nothing compared to what you're going to have if termites are there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's worth every penny.
And that's a prepaid too, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, the home inspection, no, that's paid out of pocket. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. So then you have a deed. So once you close on your home, you will get a deed, and the deed is a document that shows who owns the home. And typically, you want a general warranty deed. That's what it takes to get for the attorney to get title insurance for you. There's no other kind of deed that I'm aware of that you could secure title insurance. It would take a general warranty deed. Equity, which is great. You want to go in and pay off that mortgage as soon as you can. Pay it down, build some equity. That means you have money. You've got money. Don't use it wisely though. Don't suck up your equity. Oh my gosh, people do that. And then they go to sell it. They go, well, I had the house paid for, but we borrowed against it. I'm like, really? And you have nothing to show for that. That was your money. That was your equity.
And think about this. If you leave it in there and it's paid off, you have no house payment.
Well, yeah, exactly. If it's paid off, that's all.
So then that frees up that money to do other things with.
Yeah.
And you're not paying the interest, You just have cash.
Yeah. You can do your line of credit and put that equity up against it, but that doesn't mean you have to use your line of credit.
Right.
So anyway, down payment, they're going to, if you're doing an FHA, 3.5% down, but there are other loans now where you can roll that in there, your down payment. But when you do that, you're walking into a home with no equity. You have nothing into it. So there's your.
But it can be convenient if you don't have a lot saved up.
Absolutely.
And I'll tell you, the last sale that I had, my buyers paid $500.
Yeah.
To get into a house.
Yeah.
Now you can't even do that for apartments.
Yeah, no.
$500.
No, you absolutely cannot. See, I came up in the era where you had to save money.
Yes, absolutely.
You couldn't go out here and just but they were called starter homes.
Right.
Start here, a 2-bedroom one. That's what you did, and then you saved up and you fixed that house up to where then you could turn around and buy something else. Now, people don't save money anymore.
No.
That's why they have these loan products. I think that's my 2 cents. So anyway, earnest money, they're going to want to put you. They're going to want you to put up some what I call good faith money. And again, the earnest money should be based on your contingencies. So once you clear a contingency, the more you clear that, the more that earnest money is going to go towards your principal balance or your balance. Yeah. So it could be depending on the loan price. typically, me, if it's up to 300,000, 250, I'm going to go about $500. Anything over three, I'm going to say I want $1,000. If it goes on up above 5,000, the higher the loan amount, the more earnest money you're going to be asked to put up. So, but when you do, be careful and know your contingencies. Otherwise, you can lose that earnest money. It's not a given. It's not between the agents. Agents do not decide who gets earnest money. That is an agreement between the buyer and the seller if something should go wrong on the deal. And the only way to if they don't agree is arbitration, or they can file a suit against one another and go to small claims court, the judge. But a broker has, I have no broker has any say so, or we can't disperse without that. So, and there's just some other things in here. We could just go on loan commitment, pre-approval versus pre-qualification. If you're out there and you're wanting to buy a home, at least get pre-qualified. You need to know your price point.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We don't know where to look if you don't have any.
Exactly,
Price range.
And ask
exactly.
them what your monthly payment will be. There's been so many times I got pre-approved for $300,000, and then they go, "Oh, I can't afford that payment." Well, ask them, what is my payment going to be per month? Because that's really important.
Yes, very important.
And we can run payments on our system, but now we'd have to know your interest rate. So, and then again, ours is going to be an estimate. Hannah's right. Ask the lender. They're going to get probably within $100, maybe $50, closer really, I would think. But our system's not going to be right on it. You should ask your mortgage lender. Yes. You're absolutely right. That's who I would ask. So anyway, so pre-approval is better because an underwriter has looked at your documentation based on what the information that you have turned in. And if it matches, then we're going to get you into a home. Whereas a pre-qualification, yes, we can still go there, but it's not for certain until you turn in your verification of employment and your income, and probably they want 2 pints of blood. And so there's all kinds of stuff. But and title insurance. That's another thing. You'll hear those terms as well. And I get that. I get asked all that all the time. And there's a difference between lender title and owner's title. Lender's title only covers the mortgage lender. So if there's a cloud on the title, then it's only going to cover the mortgage lender. And me personally, when I get asked if it's a divorce or an estate or a lot of land, I recommend they get owner's title policy, because it could be something like that. Especially, actually, I don't know. I'd have to really ask an attorney this, because I know if it's a tax sale, unless the person who lost the tax has signed over a quitclaim deed to the person who's purchased it, in the tax sale, you can't get a general warranty deed. Mm-hmm. So that means no title insurance. Mm-hmm. And for a lender, and probably the same way for the owner then. So I'm going to say that wouldn't work there either, because you have to have a general warranty title for it to be insured. So in a tax sale, most of the time, people don't want to sign that because they lost it. They didn't pay their taxes anyway. Mm-hmm. So that's a lot of free information. So, but look, we are here for you guys. If you're out there again and you're buying or selling, and you come across verbiage that you're just not familiar with, but you're like, okay, I need to know where to start. You start with us right here.
That's why you have us.
Yes.
We know what all of these things are, and this is what we do. We walk you through each one of these things. We know you don't know these terms. It's okay. That's why we're here. We want to help you.
Exactly. So we can help you better, though, if we can get some help from folks out of Huntsville. And I'm just going to vent.
Huntsville? Oh, the
Valley.
Yeah, the Valley. Mm.
And, I'll just say it. I'm not happy with some things. Y'all want me to? But let me say this. Okay, so speaking of venting, I was on the phone an hour and 3 minutes with AT&T because I had to cancel that coverage, that service, and go with Comcast. And that's ridiculous. Just to
cancel.
Just to cancel.
And I asked you, was it on hold? Were you on hold? And you were like, no, I was talking to people for an hour.
Good night.
I know. I had to pray my way
my
through it. Seriously.
Oh, I can't
But
see
anyway.
Yes.
So they changed us like overnight almost from Supra to Central Lock.
Century Lock.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Century.
And which the lock boxes are fine. There's nothing, we don't have a problem with the lock boxes.
No.
The problem is we are in Northeast Alabama. We also do business in Jefferson County, Shelby County, St. Clair County. Oh my gosh, all over there, Tuscaloosa. And now we will not be able to access their lock boxes unless they have the code, because they just signed a 2-year agreement with Supra. They stayed with Supra. So between that and just a real quick notice that what was it, about 2 years ago, y'all, when they merged the data?
It was
When was
before I
that?
was here, so.
Oh yeah. So it's been a couple of years.
Yeah.
Okay, a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
We have two systems. Here's the two MLSs, Huntsville that we use, and Greater Birmingham. I'm a member of both. So it's good because we can. They merged the data.
Yeah.
So
That's
someone
great. Yeah.
you didn't have to
So
join, and Greater Birmingham or Birmingham didn't have to join Huntsville,
Mhm.
and it was a good marriage because here's the two things that a real estate agent needs: access to the home and MLS listings. That's just a fact. Those are two things, two services that we pay dearly for,
Yeah.
good money for, fees, and not only were they taken from us without permission, without a vote, and so now that marriage has dissolved between Greater Birmingham and Valley, and that's the worst that they could have done, because the whole thing, I've always said since I've been in real estate, why doesn't the whole state of Alabama go on one system?
Yes.
Let's merge. Let's do it bigger and better.
Yes.
But what did we do here? We just backed up.
Yes, we did. Unless you want to pay a double fee and join the Birmingham one. I mean, you got to pay
expensive.
or pay double on the locks.
Yeah, and that's outrageous too.
I mean, we can't do that.
But see, I'm on the Birmingham MLS. I can
know.
get, but I can't get on their. I won't be able to access their super.
I know.
Yeah.
It's so, but for agents who can't afford both, I mean,
But really, you're limiting your buyers.
you are.
And sellers.
No, so true. You're limiting it because we work together. We co-broke with Birmingham all the time.
Sure.
Like,
Huntsville,
why would you
Birmingham,
not?
all the
Yeah, why would you
Oh.
not want to give us that information? It gives you more of a chance to sell your home.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, just the other day, Sunday, I had an agent from Birmingham. I had to put one of those Lowe's boxes. Nothing against Lowe's. I had to put one of those boxes on the house because I haven't had a chance to get the new lock box on there. And he was able to go through and the showing time still, but he couldn't access it because I had to flip it.
Yeah.
And that's, now they will be able to, once they even get the new one on there, he can. But I don't know how we're going to get in their boxes.
That's the problem, is getting into theirs. Yeah, you'll just have to call the agent and tell
Yeah,
them.
they'll have to
if
meet
they
you
wanna
out there.
Sell their house, they're
Mhm.
going to meet you out there, or they're
Mhm.
going to put another box or do something. They'll they'll have to figure it out.
Well, we will, but it doesn't eliminate and it doesn't resolve the problem when the higher ups are making decisions, major decisions that affect how we provide service.
Mhm.
Services that a fee that we pay for. We pay for lock boxes. We pay for an MLS system. It's not cheap, and that should have been voted on.
I agree.
Is this not a democracy? What did something happen? I mean, this is a membership.
Well,
We should have voted on that.
just even a courtesy vote or a meeting to get our feedback would have been nice. But just to out of the blue say, "Oh, we're no longer partnering with Birmingham. Oh, and we're switching our locks over to this
Did you notice though?
place
how
that's
it-
not
yeah.
that Birmingham can't get into."
Yeah.
With no comments, no feedback.
But did you notice how they worded it though when they sent us the alert? It did say we got some feedback and we've
From
decided
who?
that's exact
In the best interest. I emailed them. I sent an email back. what's the best interest? What does that mean? That's too vague.
Yeah, no,
And they have
100%.
not responded to me.
No, they won't.
Yeah,
No
because I want to know who talked to you.
Who said?
You didn't talk to us.
Who said let's separate totally from Birmingham?
Yeah,
Because I
there's
did.
something with it.
But I tell you, I honestly, this is just Sue Holland's 2 cents. I think if we did a poll, and if you're out there, maybe we should start this. If we did a poll with realtors,
Mm-hmm.
or real estate agents, whatever you want to call us, and say, okay, would you be in favor of the state of Alabama going under one lockbox system and one MLS? I'm betting a hamburger that the vast majority would say one system,
yeah.
Yes.
one MLS, one
Absolutely.
lockbox system. And folks, the only way to do that, how do you merge? How do you get bigger? How do companies get bigger? Think about it. How does that happen?
They merge and get bigger.
They
Communicate
merge.
better. Yes.
The bigger one
The
comes
bigger
in,
ones. Yeah.
and it takes over the little one.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I didn't pull up the stats on Huntsville versus Birmingham, or but because Valley's big.
Yeah, it
no,
is.
for sure. Isn't there more people in Huntsville now than there is in Birmingham?
I wish I'd pulled up this. I didn't pull up the stats.
I
had to
believe
pull
it
up the
is
stats.
now.
Population is
Yeah, I think it's switched over.
But I'm
Maybe
talking
just
about
recently.
agents,
Oh, okay, agents. I see what you're saying.
because that's who's going to vote.
Right.
So
Yeah,
I
that's
mean-
true. We need.
So I'm
not
just
go there.
saying, but that's something we can get, because we're going to listen. Next week, we're going to have some other guests on from different companies, some other real estate agents, and a lender talking about this, because this is important.
Mhm.
And if this keeps going like this, it cannot be allowed. First of all, it's wrong to really just to take away services. We need to learn to work together. And this is not doing that. It's simply not working with another MLS system or whatever. There's no reason. If there is, then they should have said so instead of, well, it's in our best interest. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, they should have gave more details, more information, because we
Like,
want
did
it.
they not get a-
Yes, we
Yeah.
do.
Like, did somebody not send you a Christmas card and now you're mad with them? What? You tell us. What happened for people up at the top to say, oh, well, you know what? I know we merged all this data. Oh, boy, that took a while. But, we take it back.
Well, usually, if you follow the money trail, it may be just that when we merged, the income went down because we were all using each other's MLS. In other words, you didn't have to pay two different things to get on them.
But they would have known that going in.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
Because that was a
didn't realize.
conversation.
I don't know. Maybe they
That
just
was a
didn't realize how much it was gonna.
Wouldn't it all equal out though if we have theirs and they have ours?
Exactly.
No, because you
Oh,
don't
it's-
have to pay for two.
But that's what I'm saying. They didn't have to pay for ours, and we didn't have to pay for theirs. What she's saying, both sides
but
balanced
we
out.
don't make that money. It goes to somebody else. Who
Well,
was
it's not,
losing
but they
money.
don't make it either. That's why it goes to Paragon. That's what
I
I'm
know
saying. That's-
Paragon then was not getting double. They were losing part of their income, is what I'm saying. Because if now I will have to buy Birmingham, so they're going to get double the money. Otherwise, when I wasn't being charged for Birmingham, I was just charging one fee for both. Now I'll have to buy both if I want to get into both.
And super. You have to.
Mhm.
You're
That's
gonna have
what
a
I'm saying.
super
It's,
charge, not just
maybe they
MLS,
didn't
but
realize
super.
how much they were losing on people that were just signing up with one. So you're on two, so you're having to pay two.
But now I'm gonna have to get super. I've got to figure out how to access super. I'm not.
I
Oh, I
do
know.
think it is nice that we switched actually our lock boxes. Just talking about the super and then the Century. Because weren't all the inspectors and everybody, they had to pay that super charge as well.
Yes,
now
they
we can
did.
give them a code and they don't have to pay that extra money.
You know what? They make killer money. Work it over. My heart. Listen, there are appraisers that go out and they have their supers.
Some don't, but some do. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I said some.
Some
I
don't.
said some.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
because I have had to go. Let people.
they're making money off of us.
But when I switched over to the Lowe's box,
You're too nice.
I guess so.
The combination.
I was thinking, I don't ever have to meet anybody out there. I can just
That's
give them
what
the code.
it is. That's what it is. I had some handyman that I had the combination locks when we were switching over.
Yeah.
And it was so nice not to have to meet them out there.
Yeah.
They can just do their handiwork, lock it up.
Yeah.
You know, I thought, oh, that's convenient. And then the Sentry lock, you can do that. You can give them a temporary code. On the Super, you couldn't. You had to meet them out there every single time.
It's been a while since I've met somebody, y'all. Most of them now.
I've had a couple.
I think the old
Every now and then you get one. But
some of
the
the
ones
old
that are
school-
doing good business,
some of the old school people, you got to meet them out there.
the ones that are doing good business that are getting
Oh,
referrals,
Yeah.
especially the appraisers,
Mm-hmm.
they're fine. I mean, they
Yeah.
started, they've had theirs, your top appraisers.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so like I said, we're going to discuss this further. But if you're out there and you're a real estate agent, give us some feedback on this. What's your take on the listings no longer being shared and the access to homes? That's now two different programs, access programs, and two very huge systems, like associations that prior to a week ago were married, joined at the hip, whatever you want to call it, and now we are not. And so I don't think that, and of all things, the timing. This was done right here while we're waiting NAR to decide what they're going to do, the judge rather. Even the timing is in poor taste. Could you not have just waited and let us get through what's going to happen in June or July with the ruling with the judge? Oh, no, no, let's go ahead and go in for the kill now. Let's do that to the real estate agent, because I feel like that's what's been done. And sadly enough, our local office, and I'll just Northeast Alabama Association for Realtors, ghost, crickets, nothing. I mean, it's just, you don't hear anything. And, but now Birmingham's doing good. I'm a member of that. They'll send some information over, and we get printouts all the time from NAR and everybody else and their mother, but that you can read. And all of that was just for some lawyers to make some money, as far as I'm concerned. But that's neither, that's just Sue Holland's opinion. And really, I can assure you, nobody cares. But I would like for, if you are a real estate agent in the state of Alabama, do me a favor, text me, whatever, email me, 256-312-1799. My number's up there, and let me hear from you. And we're going to talk about this again next week, because I just feel like if we don't stand strong and say, hey, you can't go out here and just take away our services like this without asking, I don't think it's going to get any better.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, but y'all want to finish up? Y'all got any take on that you want to add to it?
No, I mean, I would definitely like to talk to other real estate agents to see a solution for sure, and just kind of brainstorm.
That benefits everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see the benefit to this. So please, Teresa, you want to tell them what they need to do?
Yes, but before I do, I've got something, little event going on.
All right, hit it.
All right, and it's going to be day after tomorrow. Thursday is First Thursday Treats food truck feast. I got to do something with food. From 11 to 7 p.m. this Thursday until sold out. Or, so get down there quick. At the venue, they're going to have food trucks set up. Have y'all been over there?
No, but are they going to start doing it every Thursday again?
Yeah, first Thursday.
Yeah.
Just
Thursday. The first Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it's so it'll be Thursday, May 2nd, 11 to 7. Listen, some of these are
What kind of food do they have?
all different kinds. A friend of mine who's a chef, he's got a truck over there.
That's fantastic.
And his food is, gourmet food out of a food truck. So,
Wow.
Yeah. And there's just all different kinds. And we need to support our local businesses. Mm-hmm. And that's a great way with the weather. I hope it's like this.
Yes.
It's fun.
Yeah, that will be fun. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yes.
Yeah. Friday is First Friday. This coming Friday. Hey, yours truly will be on Second Broad at the Republican table. And because y'all, everybody that knows me, I'm a conservative. I am.
Really?
Yes,
I'm kidding.
I am.
But you're going to be in front of the old Gaston Hardware that Mac
Yes,
Butler's restoring with the table there.
Yeah, so y'all drop by.
Yeah, say hi.
And I don't know. I don't know what's going to be on the table. Somebody's supposed to set me up a tent. I better call today and check on that. But anyway, okay. So
all right. Oh, like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We need a little bell. Ding ding.
Yes.
I know.
If you hit the notification bell, every time we pop up, it'll bring your name up every week. When it's posted, you'll get the first notification.
Sounds good.
So that's great.
And give us some feedback, please.
Yes,
please.
comment.
Please do.
Thank you so much, everyone who's commented.
Thank y'all.